You know it's this. Take a perk and a talk of that shit. Money swallowing like sis. Did it perfect in the kid. Got a billion who sang on my head. Look up better put on the road I just spent. I know we got $1 million. The devil that shit ain't not cheaper again.
Hello and welcome back, fellow anime lovers, to MangaMuse. I am delighted to have you join us once again in the world of fanfiction and fantasy. This is the first part of, What If Deku Becomes King and Gets 13 Princess Harem. Special note, this fanfic is written and a masterpiece of MadHat886 on FANFICTIONnet. Do check and support the author too. Now smash the like, share and subscribe button for more. Also press the bell icon so that you never miss such great parts. Thanks for the introduction. Now let's dive into the world. After going to different worlds thanks to a dropped portal gun, Izuku ends up back home. But the girls he met on the way home aren't going to let him go that easy. And now Izuku has to deal with 13 princesses and their ladies-in-waiting, who all have the hots for him. Izuku Midoriya sat alone as he ate his lunch. He's no longer the boy he was before he found that portal gun that sent him on an incredible adventure, traveling from one dimension to another trying to find his way home. He met many people on the way and picked up things and skills as he did so. Till he finally just ran out of that green juice that powered the portal gun. His friend Zelda finally managed to get him home by using the Triforce of Power that can grant the one who uses it any wish. She sent him back and found himself back just after he had used the portal gun the very first time. Back home like it never happened, the 2 or so years he was gone, thanks to the wish Zelda made to send him back. Now he's going to show his world that someone quirkless can be a hero. He has the skills and experience that he got the hard way. He also still has the equipment and weapons he had picked up along the way. He can be the Batman of his universe and show everyone that someone like him can be a hero. He has done it before in the other worlds. A tall girl with long red hair, a unicorn horn on her forehead, horse ears, tail, large orange wings on her back and light fur coat covering her body suddenly teleported into the lunchroom. The girl looks like a model in both her body and her beauty. She wore a loose pair blue pants with a checkered light blue pattern, a tuck-in purple shirt with green stripes, a red tie with white polka dots, a pair of black suspenders, and a pair of brown leather shoes. Her outfit showed off her very shapely body that looks more for an older woman. The girl looked around and her eyes lit up upon seeing Izuku. He was lifted into the air as the girl used telekinesis on him and pulled him over to her, embracing him in a hug. Being much taller than Izuku, his face is buried between her huge chest, causing all the boys and girls in the school to stare at the scene. "I finally found you," the girl said, hugging Izuku tightly to her chest. "Sunset?" Izuku gasped out, freeing his face from between her huge chest. "You actually think I wouldn't come looking for you," Sunset said as she looks down at him. "Mom and my aunt got me here. And now we can be together forever." "Hey," a new voice called out. Walking into the lunchroom, Izuku saw Sunset's ladies-in-waiting and bodyguards, the Shadow Bolts. Indigo Zap leading the team made up of Sugarcoat, Sour Sweet, Lemon Zest and Sunny Flare. All of them tall and shapely thanks to their training, that are shown off by their gray uniforms that they wear. Along with the rest of the herd, Sunset added as her loyal ladies-in-waiting join her. "All of you came?" Izuku asked, looking at the friends he thought he would never see again. "You got us to form a herd around you and we're not going to let you go that easy," Indigo Zap said. "And you helped save our world and you just said goodbye before using that portal gun to go off to search for a way home, leaving us all behind. You're not getting off that easy," Sunset said. "You got Ice Guy?" a girl shouted out. "And got a bunch of girls to fall for you?" a boy asked Green with envy. "I guess I did," Izuku said, looking at his friends in confusion. "I'm Princess Sunset Shimmer of the Equestrian Kingdom and Izuku here is the stud for my herd," Sunset said, causing Izuku to blush and the rest of the students of the school to stare at him. "Izuku," a blonde girl shouted as she flies into him and hugs him. The girl has a blonde ponytail with a blue hairbow scrunchie and blue eyes. She wears a rainbow-colored mini dress mostly blue with white trim with matching gumboots, as well as white bike shorts. On her arms are 2 rainbow-colored gauntlets. Rainbow bright. You found a way here? Izuku asked, surprised seeing another friend he thought that he would never see again. Of course silly, you're my most special friend, Rainbow Bright said as she kisses him and pulls away. And the color kids are here as well. Behind her are the color kids, Red Butler, Lala Orange, Canary Yellow, Patio Green, Buddy Blue, Indigo Doll, Shy Violet, Tickled Pink, and Stormy. All smiling seeing their friend, who helped them in their time of need before leaving to search for a way home. Took much time, but you're worth the effort to find you. Being the Sentinel of Light, Guardian of Light and Color, isn't something you can just walk away from, Stormy said. And more importantly, Stormy here was the one who wanted to find you the most, Lala Orange said, causing Stormy to blush. So are the other girls who don't have a boyfriend, Patio Green adds, causing the other girls to blush. Sorry Izuku, but your fate was sealed when you got them to fall for you, Buddy Blue said. And they're going to be a handful, Red Butler adds. What's going on here? Sunset snaps, getting their attention. Oh, you must be one of Izuku's friends here on Earth. I'm Rainbow Bright, Princess of Rainbow Land, and Izuku helped in saving our world by becoming the Sentinel of Light. And I'm going to marry him. Rainbow Bright said, blushing as she smiles. What? Sunset asked, shocked like everyone else. Izuku. A new blonde shouted as she with butterfly wings on her back flew over and grabbed him and swung him around and hugs him, talking a mile a minute. She has fair skin, light blue eyes and long blonde hair that goes down to her knees. Her cheeks have rose pink heart emblems on them. She's wearing a turquoise sleeveless dress with frilly light blue shoulders, purple belt, puffy white trim, and a picture of a narwhal on the bottom left side, blue and purple striped leggings, grayish plum boots with pink tips with faces on them and dark blue soles, a magenta headband, and a silver spiked bracelet on her left wrist. Hey, name's Kelly, a girl whose entire body is covered by her mint green hair. I'm Higgs, a girl with short red hair said, who is dressed as a knight said. Both girls ran over to Izuku and did their best to free Izuku from the blonde's hold of him. And the head of a unicorn came flying into view. And I'm Flying Princess Lalacia Ponyhead, the flying unicorn head said. Which is causing lots of people to freak out as she's just a head. Now let me inform you of what's going on. You see Izuku over there help us to save Muni, and left. And Star, as in Princess Star Butterfly of the Kingdom of Muni, was all so sad seeing him go. So after lots of stuff, we finally found a way to come to him, to Earth, Ponyhead explains. Oh, Sunset and Rainbow Bright said. Also Star, Kelly, and Higgs are in love with him and they're willing to share him, Ponyhead said. What? The girls who are after Izuku all shouted. Izuku was freed from Star's hold thanks to a lasso pulling him free. And into the arms of an appealing, tan-skinned young woman with a slender yet athletic, hourglass figure, and classic length, wavily styled navy blue hair with lighter colored streaks. She also sport thick black brows and sky blue eyes, and her makeup consists of lightly placed blush on her cheeks, and fuchsia pink lipstick on her lips. Who is a superhero by the outfit she wears. Her superhero costume consists of a set of earrings similar to the ones she wears on her civilian attire, albeit larger in size, and an Alabama red corset that is decorated with gold in the upper part, along with golden shoulder pads placed on the straps and a large golden belt around her waist. She also wore a blue skirt with white stars all over it, and Alabama red knee-high boots with white stripes going down from the top, along with knee pads placed on them which sport the same design as her shoulder pads. She's also with 5 other girls all dressed as superheroes. A girl dress as a bat, a girl dress in green, one dress as a stage magician, one dress in blue and red, and one wearing B-theme armor. Wonder Woman, Batgirl, Green Lantern, Zatanna, Supergirl, Bumblebee. Izuku asked, looking around the familiar faces of the superheroines he met in that superhero world. And popping out from behind Wonder Woman is a female clown. Harley Quinn. That's right, we're here. For you, Harley Quinn said and turns to Star and the other girls. Wow, you were sure right about your world having tons of people with powers. Sorry girls, but the Wonder and the gals here all been wanting to get into Izuku pants since he left. Harley, the superheroines all yelled at the Clown and Wonder Woman, putting Izuku down as she and the others all glared at Harley. What, that's why you gals are all here, Harley said. And why are you here, Harley? Izuku asked. Sloppy seconds, Harley Quinn said bluntly, causing everyone to turn red and several people, both guys and girls, getting noses bleeds. The sound of marching feet got all of their attention as Egyptian/space theme women soldiers came marching into the lunchroom and them parting to reveal a slender girl of medium height, with very dark grayish violet and warm hair that has horizontal golden streaks or highlights and olive tan skin. Her eyes are olive green as her overall color scheme is purple and gold. The defining trait that she is royalty is her golden crown in the shape of a tiara with an ibis in the center. She's wearing an Egyptian-style dress gown, which is a complex dress made with teal, cyan, golden yellow, white and semi-transparent sky blue materials. It is also shown coupled with bracelets, sandals and a necklace made out of gold, red gemstones, and some green-colored material. Cleopatra? Izuku asked. Yes, Izuku, you my hero who saved the Nile Galaxy Empire. I came here to keep my promise, I would find you, and now that I have. I'm making you my husband, Cleopatra said, her face beaming with joy. What? The girls all shouted out again as more competition appeared. A portal opens up and out steps out a girl with classic-length wavy blonde hair with bangs swept to the right and a medium-length hair strand resting on her left shoulder, fair skin, light blue eyes, freckles around her nose, and pale pink lips. Who has on a white strapless mini dress with a gold neckline with a pink heart outlined with a golden line and trim heart-shaped cut in the center, pink and white underlayers with gold trim, a floor-length sheer mesh below the peach from behind, white long handless gloves with gold lining and rose pink thigh-high boots with dark pink thighs. Followed by 4 more girls behind her. Iris, Talia, Oriana, Carissa, Lina. Izuku asked, seeing them again. We came to find our songwriter. We were never the same without you, and we can't find anyone else that we love so dearly that we all agree to share you, Iris said, having practiced what she would say to Izuku, who saved them all. This is getting ridiculous, one of the girl students said. Another portal opens up and a slightly fair-skinned girl with waist-length red-orange hair with a single small hair strand sticking up and large cyan eyes, with large fairy wings on her back, came through. She's wearing a light teal, CRP top that only covers her large melons and shows off her slender figure in matching mini skirt and matching boots. Followed by 6 more girls with fairy wings, skimpy outfits with only one wearing a full skin-tight bodysuit and techno wings. Bloom, Stella, Flora, Musa, Tekna, Aisha, Roxy, you found a portal to my dimension? Izuku asked. We did, we combine all of our resources to find the right Earth, Bloom said. Made easy thanks to you still having our magic on you, Tekna said. We did name you our knight and sharing our magic with you, making you our consort, Flora said. While the newer girls look on in shock, Sunset just holds her face in her hand. Izuku, a girl cried out, running into the room with 8 other women. Usagi? Izuku said, easily recognizing her by her hairstyle. Usagi has blue eyes and long blonde hair that she wears in Odango. She has porcelain skin and a slim figure. She and her group all wore matching outfits with different colors. The uniform she has on consists of a white chest-armored leotard with a blue sailor collar that has 3 white stripes on it, white gloves with 3 red arm fittings that reach just below her elbows, yellow 3-looped shoulder pads, a wavy blue skirt with a puffy white belt sat above it, along with a reddish-pink bow on the chest and at the back. She also sports a pair of reddish-pink short-heeled knee-high boots with a white border at the triangular top that has gold crescent moons, earrings consisting of gray studs with gold stars and crescent moons beneath, white-bordered red circular hairpieces, 1 on each odango, 2 white winged hair clips in her hair, and a white choker with a gold crescent moon on it and a pendant that is similar to her transformation brooch attached to it. Her brooch is worn in the middle of her chest bow, and a gold tiara with a reddish-pink oval-shaped gem at its center. Ami, Rei, Makoto, Minako, Haruka, Michiru, Hataru, Izuku said, seeing all of the magic guardians of their home planets. Took me a while, but I finally figured out how to make a portal machine, using the data I scanned from your portal gun, Ami said. Now you can marry the others and be strapped to the bed, Hataru said bluntly, who is the youngest. Causing everyone to stare at her. Hataru. Haruka said to her, red-faced. But that's what you said you want to do when we find Izuku, Hataru said. Causing Haruka to turn red as she covers her face with her hands as everyone stares at her. Loud barking caught everyone's attention as a German shepherd dog that is part robot with a glass dome showing off the brain, jumps into Izuku and licks his face. Taking everyone's attention off of Haruka. Roxy. Izuku shouted as he hugs and pets the cyborg dog. Puppy. Hataru said as she joins in on the petting. She's yours. She was my companion when I was in a post-apocalyptic world after a nuclear war happened. But I left her and the others with Ruby. Izuku asked, spotting a new figure walking into the lunchroom. Ruby is a slender girl who sports aquamarine skin, having dark blue shoulder-length tentacle hair protruding from the top of her head, the coloration transitioning into a cyan near the tips. She possesses vibrant turquoise eyes with white sclera and dark blue eyelashes, with her most distinctive physical attribute being her ears, which resemble pectoral fins. She's wearing a green turtleneck sweater, purple high-waisted jean short shorts, purple, dark gray, and white striped leggings, gray knitted socks, and dark purple boots with purplish-blue laces. Izuku, Ruby said as she walks up to her friend and hopefully something more. She is followed by a spherical robot with a loudspeaker and electrical zapper on the front and several long antennas protruding from its top and back. And a small toy-size robot with a TV screen for a face and moving by a single wheel. Eddie, Muggy, Izuku asked, seeing his old robot companions. Ruby, how did you and the others get here? The robot made several beeping sounds which Izuku understood perfectly. As did Ami, Tekna, Bumblebee, and Shy Violet. As well as one student who has a quirk that lets him understand anything he hears. Wow, that's amazing. This Dr. Mobius was able to create a gateway with the limited technology of that world. Tekna said, she had a hard time using her world's advanced technology to find Izuku, and this doctor managed to do it with much lower level technology. Eddie made another series of beeps. Captain Ironsides and the others wanted to fly the Constitution over the city to find you, but that would have been a problem. So I came with just Eddie, Roxy, Muggy, and Toe, Ruby said. Toe's here. Izuku remembering making Toe. Toe, a male robot who has a Mr. Handy body, sentry legs and robo-brain arms. Is armored in hydraulic frame from top to bottom in a blue paint job. Left arm is a Protectron hand automatic laser, right is a Assaultron shock claw. Toe is designed for towing anything from vehicles to other large objects, with the shock claw for jump-starting an engine. We rode on him while following Roxy. He's outside, Muggy said. I showed you around my world, now you can show me around yours and I can meet your mother, Ruby said as she pulls Izuku onto his feet. Izuku, there you are, a girl with long black hair done in a bun shouted as she walks into the room with two other girls and a large beast of some kind. She's wearing armor that is elaborately designed, colored primarily in black, with scarlet detailing and fine golden tracing. Worn over the chest, extends across the shoulders with sturdy pieces and down to the top of the stomach. A insignia is visible on the front directly beneath the neck area on the chest. Azula, Ty Lee, June, how did you get here? Izuku asked, seeing the three walking over to him. Travel through the spirit realm and used a magic tree with roots that reaches to other worlds to get here, Azula explains. And you still owe me, June said, patting Nyla, her pet Shirshu. She kept that scarf you gave her and is how we found you, Ty Lee teased, causing June to blush. Anyways, I came to claim you, Azula said. Claim me? Izuku asked. Yes, as my consort, Azula said. You gave her that dress and that necklace and she said loves it at the party, Ty Lee said. Which is part of an engagement ceremony where doing so in public, means that she has accepted you, June said. And you left by then, Azula feeling both rage at him and herself for not wearing it at his going-away party. She had thought that the gifts was from her mom, Ty Lee said. Took time to track down the tailor who made the dress and who placed the order, Azula said. You could have put a note saying it was from you. I wanted to surprise you and when I saw you not wearing it before I left, I just thought you didn't like it. I didn't know about it being part of an engagement thing, Izuku said. You didn't know, Azula said feeling the rug pulled out from under her. All this time she thought that she had broken his heart when she didn't wear it and gave him no reason to stay. The wall of the lunchroom broke apart as a tall and large-muscled man with bluish hair, light skin, dark eyes burst through. He used a massive war hammer that has crystals on the head of the hammer. And right behind him an army of soldiers and strange-looking war machines in the air. Snipe! Izuku shouted out. Oh, got the right school, the man named Snipe said. A flying machine lands and a girl gets off. She wears a hood which uncurls into a mane, a cloak over black armor and held a staff with a crystal on it. She has shoulder-length purple hair and eyes. Everything about her spoke of her being a villain and she knows it. Izuku, you thought you could escape from me, the girl said. Lark, Izuku said remembering how she had disguised she put on to get more information from him. It's Mstr Cyclones, the girl said. Is she a friend? Ruby asked Izuku. She did keep me prisoner as she wanted me to reveal what I knew of the portal gun. Even disguising herself as another prisoner named Lark to get close to me to learn about it. And she does see me as a friend, Izuku said. So why is she so hostile to you? Ruby asked. I accidentally teleported in her private bathroom, while she was using it, Izuku said causing everyone to stare at him as that's not a good thing. But she didn't mind it, she was more interested in the portal gun. Which you stole, after I was so kind as to make you my personal servant, Mstr Cyclones said growling as he just told everyone how they first met. If you had done that to me I would have cut your ball off, a redhead on a flying machine said. Yeah, Ravis would do that, Snipe said. But I should thank you for stealing it back and getting away. It forced me to work harder to figure out how to make my own portal fluid and open so many possibilities to me, using the ideas that you gave me. Instead of wasting time to conquer a world, why not strp an empty world instead, where all life is gone but the ruins remain? Advanced technologies and resources all just there for the taking and no one alive to stop us. Cyclonia is now much more powerful, I rebuilt everything using the technologies and resources we plundered. And now we're much more powerful than ever before. The other countries have agreed to bend the knee as their economies were destroyed by mine. All thanks to you Izuku, Mstr Cyclones said. Everyone looked at Izuku. The kingdom expands because of the lack of resources it has. If they are able to go to worlds that is empty they could just take what they need without having to attack anyone. Why attack when there's no need to, and while her people do fear her, they don't hate her as all she does is to keep her people safe and taken care of, Izuku said. I'm the princess of the Cyclonia Empire, not a warlord who burns and pillage without thinking of what happens later. Keeping the people safe and having a nice standard of life, keeps them happy with how things are run, Mstr Cyclones said. You really gave her the determination and focus to find you, Dark Ace said. Yeah, heard her screaming that she would find you no matter what and make you her pet, Snipe said. No she said husband, Ravis said. What's the difference? Snipe asked an Mstr Cyclones who didn't even look at him as she blasted him with a bolt from her staff. Sending him flying backwards and in pain on the floor when he came to a stop. Oh, I get it you're an evil princess and Tsundra. I know from experience, Usagi said hitting her hand into her open palm. How would you know that? Ray asked, which caused all the scouts to stare at her. Hey! Izuku, a new voice called out getting everyone's attention. Adora! Izuku called out recognizing the voice. Running into the lunchroom, the girl, Adora, is a tall, pale tan-skinned teenage girl with a slender and athletic physique. She has blue-gray eyes, dark brown, narrow eyebrows, and thick lashes. Her most distinctive feature is her long dark blonde hair, usually kept in a high ponytail with a dark gray hair tie, and a poof in the front. Adora wears a red, quarter-length sleeve jacket with a popped pale beige collar. Under her jacket, she wears a white turtleneck with pointed cuffs, small red stripes on the sleeves and light gray accents. She also dons a set of plain gray leggings and calf-length red boots with white accents, complementing the color scheme of her jacket and turtleneck. Adora completes the look with a dark greenish-brown belt with a golden wing buckle. Behind her is a group following her lead, and a unicorn with colored wings. Glimmer, Bow, Perfuma, Mermista, Frosta, Catra, Scorpia, Entrapta, Izuku called out before he was tackled and was treated to a group hug. "We all thought you died," Adora sobs as she holds Izuku. The others of her party are also sobbing upon being reunited with the friend who they all thought was lost. "If it wasn't for MDM Raz, calling me and Adora by other names and talking like you were still around, we would never had known," Catra sobs as she clings on tight to Izuku. "What's going on?" Mstr Cyclones shouted out, confused as everyone else. "Oh, let me explain," the Alicorn horse said. "You can talk," Mstr Cyclones asked, surprised. "Name is Swift Wind and I'm a magical horse." Izuku, their defeated Horde Prime, the leader of the Intergalactic Horde Empire, on his flagship, which blew up. We all thought that Izuku died on board the ship, but it turns out that portal gun that he said was out of that green juice, had enough left to send him home. MDM Raz is able to see and interact with the past, present and future all at the same time, so she gets confused a lot. But she started calling some of the girls different names and talking about their father Izuku, made everyone realize that he was still alive and he would have kids with the girls, Swiftwing explains. "What?" a loud cry echoed out. A pillar of light appeared and several Amazons came out of it, dark-skinned and having red hair, wearing tight tops and large white pants, all carrying some kind of weapon. Then a slender and light-skinned dark blonde elf girl stepped out, wearing a royal-looking blue and white robes that is both simple but elegant at the same time. She looked around and spotted Izuku in a group hug. "Zelda?" Izuku asked, seeing her. "Found a way to open a gateway to your world," Zelda said, walking up to him as he freed himself from who she assumed to be his friends. "And I couldn't just let her go alone," the leader of the Amazon women said. "Good to see you, Nora." "But why?" Izuku asked, which Zelda just hugs him. "Because I love you. I made the wish to return you home because I love you enough to let you go back home. But afterwards, I just..." Mother and the other sages worked together and Mother made a wish of her own, to open a gateway to you, Zelda said, as she had wished for this to happen ever since she let him go. "Alright, is there anyone else going to show up and proclaim their love for Izuku?" Sunset shouted out, as she had enough of girls just showing up proclaiming their love of Izuku. "Hey Izuku, why is that girl hugging you?" Katsuki shouted out, entering the room, causing everyone to look at him with weird looks or shock faces. "Oh, now it gotten interesting," Ponyhead said, smiling. "What's going on here?" Katsuki asked, looking at the hole in the wall and so many strangers. "Where have you been for the last 10 minutes, a girl classmate asked. "Bathroom," Katsuki said, making the girls relieved that Izuku isn't gay. Which would explain lots of things. Izuku been ice guy to many different worlds before coming back, and now a bunch of the friends he made all came with a couple being in love with him, the girl said. "What ugly, fat, zit-faced girl would want a quirkless loser like him?" Katsuki asked. The girl got a fearful look and sidestepped away from him, as did everyone else close by. Katsuki sweated, as just about all the new girls have dark auras around them are glaring at him. "Just about all the girls here," Ponyhead said. "You're in so much of a beatdown, but we're heroes," Batgirl growled. "But I'm not that good," Harley said before pointing to Mstr Cyclones. "And she's an evil princess who can fire beams of energy from that staff of hers." "Blast him." With pleasure, Mstr Cyclone said as she blasted Katsuki and sent him flying through the lunchroom entrance and down the hall. Lark! Izuku shouted out. That didn't kill him, Mstr Cyclone said. Izuku, are these the friends that you told me about? Zelda asked, looking around. Yes, they are, Izuku said. And they're all in love with you? Zelda asked, her eyes narrowing like the other girls around him. The lasso of truth compels you to tell us why you got us all to fall for you. Wonder Woman asked as she wraps the magic rope around Izuku's arm. I didn't know you girls fell for me. I just thought we are just good friends, Izuku said. All the girls stared at him. Even when we shared the hot spring together, or how I treated you to a dance, naked? Cleopatra asked, causing the girls to glare at her. I thought it was a cultural thing. I read that in ancient Egypt dancers would be naked, Izuku said. How I was okay with you sharing my room and bathroom? Star asked. The kisses? Bloom asked. Me sleeping on the same bed together and holding you tightly? Rainbow Bright asked. Me singing all those love songs to you? Iris asked. Bringing you meals I made myself? Usagi asked. I thought all of you were just being nice to me, Izuku said, causing everyone to stare at him. You never hanged out with girls but for your mother, have you? Sunset asked, giving him a flat stare. Yes, Izuku said. How can someone as clueless as you get so many girls to fall for you? Dark Ace asked, slapping his forehead. I'm fixing that once we're back home, Mstr Cyclone said as she used her staff and traps Izuku in its beam of energy and pulled him away from Zelda. Oh no, you don't. Stormy said as she fires a bolt of lightning at Mstr Cyclones, who was unaffected by it thanks to a force field. Ruby arms stretched out and wraps them around Izuku and pulls him free from the energy that held him. Attack! Mstr Cyclone shouted, sending her soldiers in to attack and started a free for all as everyone was after the same thing, Izuku, who somehow gotten 13 princesses and their friends to fall for him. The police had been getting strange calls, all day. A girl with a mutation quirk riding a robot, 3 girls stepping out of a portal with a floating unicorn head. A bunch of kids traveling by a rainbow. An aircraft landing in the field of the high school the war machines are gathered at. The call centers were all ringing off the hooks as calls came in about a villain attack on a school. A police car made it to the school first and called in that the school is being attacked by an army on flying war machines. She called for all available heroes to get to the school, she's under fire from the war machines. Gunhead arrived first and used his Gatling gun arms to lay down some covering fire, which the flying machines have force fields, allowing the police to get close to the school, which a rainbow-like beam blasted out from the roof of the school. Getting close, they could see a full-scale battle is going on as different groups are fighting each other, with students and staff fleeing from the fighting. Other heroes arrived and were also greeted by the sight of the free for all. Death Arms, a huge man with super strength. Ingenium has a quirk that allows him to move fast. Rock Lock, his quirk is Lockdown. It allows him to secure objects into a point of space, freezing them. Snatch, his quirk allows him to transform his upper body into sand. Okay, who do we fight? Rocklock asks, seeing how some of the fighters are dressed in costumes like them. Well, the ones in the flying war machines are attacking us, Gunhead said, firing at the flying machines. And they have force fields. A flying blonde girl dressed in red and blue flew into the air and began smashing the flying machines as her punches broke the force field and the machines, sending the people flying them falling. They were caught by a girl in green who used green hard light constructions to grab them and place them in a box. Okay, we just have to hit them hard, Death Arms said, ready to fight, when a blue-skinned girl with her arms wrapped around a green-haired boy came out of the school, riding on a robot on 3 legs with treads, came racing out. A flying ball robot followed with a small toy robot clinging onto it. The robot on the ground raced past the heroes, with the flying robot following. I'll go after them, Ingenium said, racing after the speeding robots. Suddenly bursting out of the damaged school, a girl in purple riding one of the flying war machines came flying out and leading the rest of the flying war machines after the speeding robot. Followed by a girl riding a horse with a rainbow mane, racing on a rainbow. A girl riding a winged unicorn came next, a whole bunch of people riding on green machines, that either flew using what looks like fans, or wheeled vehicles. Followed by the rest of the people who were fighting, like the ones in Egyptian-style clothes and vehicles. The heroes and cops had to move out of the stampede of bodies came racing out and after the two robots and the boy and girl riding the big one. Elsewhere. Ruby looked behind her as a mob are racing after Toe. She tightened her grip on Izuku trying to save him from that madness behind them. She remembered the 2 months they shared together after he and the USS Constitution came flying to her port hometown. How she and Izuku became friends and how he and his robot crew helped save her from that mermaid who pretended to be her friend. And how he left by himself, leaving the doctor who is just a brain in a jar and his core behind as his portal gun just couldn't bring all of them with him. I thought those friends of yours were nice, Ruby said. They are just not when they get work up like this, Izuku said. What's going on? Ingenium shouted as he caught up with the speeding robot and is clinging to the side to be able to talk to the two riding on it. It's a HRM situation, and the girls are all after Izuku here. And the one with the flying war machines in purple is an evil princess, Ruby said to Ingenium. You got to be kidding me, Ingenium said, looking back and being reminded of that old Ranma series where a big chase happened in that movie. I know Lark, and the only reason why her soldiers' weapons aren't lethal is because she doesn't want to risk me being hit in the crossfire. She's more than willing to kill as many people as it will take to get me, Izuku said. So why did you get her to fall for you? Ruby asked. I thought all she needed was a friend. She's a lonely girl who lacks a friend, and her parents raised her to be ruthless and evil. I thought if I taught her how to be pragmatic in how she would do things, I could get her to start the path of future rulers being less evil, Izuku said. Izuku, don't you watch shows or read mangas where the evil princess falls for the first guy who treats her like a person and not as a princess? Ruby asked. Not really, Izuku said. Why are you so dense? Ruby asked, wondering why she had to fall for a guy who is so dense to love. And suddenly thought of something. Besides them, are there anyone else that's going to show up to claim you as their husband? I don't think so, Izuku said. I'm going with there are more, just that they have no way of opening a portal to another universe, Ruby said. That sounds about right. If this is a HRM thing, that would happen, Ingenium said. A net was fired from one of the flying war machines, but Toe used his hand laser to blast it before it hit. Followed by more blasts as Toe blasted more nets out of the sky using 2 of his eye stalks to look backwards while the middle eye stalk kept its eye on the road. They are gaining, Toe said. Izuku, what do we do? You're the one who comes up with the plans, Muggy said, still on eddy. I don't know, Izuku said, trying to think of something. Isn't there anyone who can talk them down, like their parents? Ingenium asked. That's it, Ruby, you can contact Dr. Mobius. No wait, it's already hard enough for him to open a portal to my dimension, yet alone contacting the dimensions where the others came from. Wait, I know, Discord, MXYZPTLK, where are you two? Izuku shouted out. A mismatched creature made out of different parts appeared, along with a small old man with a purple bowler hat. You called Loverboy? MXYZPTLK asked in a voice that sounds like an actor from years back. We were having a chat watching this HRM situation you found yourself in. Couldn't have done better if I did it myself, Discord said. The girls are out of control, go and tell their moms, Izuku said. And ruin the show? MXYZPTLK asked. We haven't even gotten to the part where they destroy the city as they fight over you, Discord said. Which is why we need to stop them, Ingenium said. Who's he? Discord asked. A local hero, Izuku said. Oh yeah, MXYZPTLK said, pulling out a guidebook of the characters of my hero, out of nowhere. So hard to keep up with who is who, with such a big crossover, let alone a background character. Hey, Ingenium said. Oh, please, like you're going to appear more than a background character after this, Discord said, waving him off. EDE suddenly made loud beeps that caused both Chaos Lords to pay the robot their attention. Good point, Mziplik said, looking to Discord. Got us there. Lead them back to the school, Discord said, and poof away with the imp. Since when EDE got so convincing? Izuku asked. All of the robots got some upgrades since they've been in my world, Ruby said. Good, and tell the other heroes about the plan, Izuku said to Ingenium. Right, Ingenium said, letting go, and without his added weight Toe went much faster, leading the mob close behind. Following Izuku's directions, Toe went around and headed back to the school with everyone following behind. But MSTR Cyclones flying above had already realized what Izuku was doing, and while her soldiers kept up the chase, she called for backup. As the mob reached the school that they just came from, MSTR Cyclones was waiting for them. Portals open up in the air and on the ground as 30-foot-tall purple robots flew out of them. They landed around the school and the chase stopped as the people stare at the giant robots. More portals open and a fleet of warships came out them, and the city was treated to a scene right out of a science fiction film or show. Sentinels made in a world where powerless humans, fearing those with powers they call mutants, created giant killer robots. Where they kill off all humans as humans are mutants. But the ones who made the robots couldn't see that till after they were being killed by their robots, MSTR Cyclones to the crowd. Lark, I know about the Sentinels and you brought them. Here. Izuku shouted. Just surrender yourself to me, Izuku. I got these in a world that has a powerful EMP waves coming from the center, causing all electric power technology to fail. So I help myself to the now powerless war machines there, thanks to my technology powered by energy crystals instead. I fix them up so that they don't go on a rampage anymore and follow commands like a good robot should. But they still have the firepower to kill superpowered people, if I give the go-ahead. I know that much of the population of this world have powers, and if I unleash them, they will kill anyone with a power or a quirk as it's called here. And the robots are designed to reconfigure their bodies and weapons to handle any kind of power used on them. So as I said before, give up and no one will have to die. And I have a fleet of warships on standby, MSTR Cyclones said. I'm giving up, Izuku said, getting off Toe and heading towards MSTR Cyclones. Good, and I'm making sure you're not going to be running away again, MSTR Cyclones said as the flying machine she's on lowers down to the ground. The giant robots all suddenly jerked as they were all crushed like a soda can. And I have the power to move planets and stars with my mind, Sunset said, staring at MSTR Cyclones. And you're not the only one who is a part of the ruling family of an empire, Cleopatra said as portals open up and Egyptian-style warships appeared in the sky. She's a princess of a space-faring empire, MSTR Cyclones asked Izuku. She's the princess of the Nile Galaxy Empire, which rules much of the galaxy it's in, Izuku said. That explains things, MSTR Cyclones said, seeing how her fleet is outnumbered. All Cyclonia forces stand down, a voice called out on all channels. Mom, MSTR Cyclones asked, hearing her voice. All Nile forces stand down as well, another voice called out on open channel. That's my mom, Cleopatra said. I contacted your moms, Izuku said, causing the two royal princesses to glare at him. It's the only way to stop this. How? Sunset asked. Discord and MXYZPTLK, Izuku answered. Ha, you got your moms called on you, Star laughed and died as a hand grabbed her wand out of her hand and she saw who it is. They're not the only ones, Moon Butterfly said, dressed in her royal dress and has her tall beehive-like hairstyle. Hi Mom, Kelly said meekly as her much larger mom stepped out of the portal, who is the size of a building which her family uses her hair as a home. Which her smaller dad stepped out of the hair of his wife. The scene is repeated as the parents of the girls and friends of said girls all appeared. Getting their children under control, more heroes also appeared and were informed of what's going on. The queens of the lead girls pulling their daughters over to Izuku to sort things out. Sunset Shimmer stood with her mother Celestia, the ruler of Equestria. A towering figure standing at over 9 feet tall and has very voluptuous body, that the white dress she's wearing doesn't hide very well. Rainbow Bright, with her mother Queen Rainbow of Rainbow Land. Who is a more mature version of her daughter who has her hair long. Star Butterfly, and Queen Moon of Muni. Wonder Woman with her much larger mother Queen Hippolyta of the Amazons of Themyscira. Who towers over her daughter and is the second tallest mother. Cleopatra, with her mother Pharaoh Yosira. Dressed in her royal robes and held the royal staff. Iris, with her mother Queen Helia of Ephedia. Who towers over her daughter but is only the third tallest. Bloom, with her mother Queen Marion, of Domino. Who unlike her daughter is wearing a dress that covers her mature body. Adora, with her mother Queen Marlena Glen of Eternia. Wearing her normal green dress and tiara. Mstr Cyclones, with her mother Queen Torrent of Cyclonia. Who is wearing a dark purple robe that completely covers her mature form. Azula, with her mother Queen Ursa of the Fire Nation. Dressed in robes of the royal colors of the royal family. Usagi, with her mother Queen Serenity of the Moon Kingdom. Who looks like her daughter but her hair is silver and wearing a silver dress. Ruby Gilman, with her mom Agatha Gilman of the Kraken Kingdom. Who like her daughter is wearing more normal clothes than royal-looking clothing. Zelda, with her mother Zelda of the Kingdom of Hyrule. Who is a more mature-looking version of the younger one. I can't believe you called her, Mstr Cyclones growls at Izuku. It's the only way to stop things from getting more out of hand, Izuku said. He's right, I'm disappointed in your actions. You should have just grabbed him from the start and not waste any time. Gloat after you have him all to yourself and chain up, Queen Torrent said, causing the other mothers to look at her. She's an evil princess, Bloom said. And has much to learn still, Torrent said. Izuku, what's going on here? Inko Midoriya asked, having been teleported to the school by that strange little man with the purple hat. Oh, I got this, Ponyhead said, flying over. You see, Izuku here got Ice Guy to different dimensions thanks to him finding a portal gun on his way to school one day. And while he was traveling he managed to get all of these princesses and some of their friends to fall for him. And now he has a HRM of girls who have managed to come to this world for him. Man, I need to get some popcorn for all of this drama. Izuku, you romanced all of these girls? Inko asked. No, that's the best part, he's so dense when it comes to girls, he had no idea that they were all falling for him. He's the completely clueless guy in romance fiction that has no idea that the girl or girls are in love with him till they literally shove it into his face, Ponyhead laughs. The mothers were shocked at the news that Izuku had no idea that he was romancing their daughters. Hippolyta grabs the lasso of truth and wraps it around Izuku. The lasso of truth will force you to only speak the truth. Did you know you were romancing my daughter, or that by defeating her in battle and giving her back her weapon in the tournament as part of the Amazon engagement ceremony? Hippolyta asked. I had no idea and thought I was just being nice and we're just good friends, Izuku said, making Hippolyta eyes widen. Cleopatra performing a dance in the NDE for you? Yosira asked, causing Cleopatra to blush. I thought it was a culture thing, Izuku said, which Yosira gave him a look of disbelief. Sunset letting you stay in her room and her bed? Even after I learned about you? Celestia asked. As with Star, Moon said. Same here, Queen Rainbow adds. Being a good friend, Izuku said, causing the three mothers to stare at him with a twitch in their eyes. All of those love songs? Helia asked. Thought we were just making love songs, Izuku said, causing Helia to slap her forehead. Bloom and her friends always kissing you? Marion asked. A cultural greeting, Izuku said, causing Marion and the other Winx Club mothers all to shake their heads. Spending those nights outside staring at the sky, holding hands? Marlena asked. Spending time together before the big battle, Izuku said, causing Marlena to rub the bridge of her nose. Making you all of those sandwiches for your meals? Serenity asked. I thought she felt guilty for that disgusting meal she gave me when she tried to cook for me and swch to sandwiches, as it's the only thing she couldn't ruin. As she just can't cook, Izuku said, causing Serenity to look at a blushing Usagi and sighed, nodding in agreement along with the other princesses and queens of her court. You didn't know that gifting a dress and jewelry to a girl who, if she proclaims to love it, is how men ask for the woman's hand in marriage? Ursa asked, remembering how Azula, after learning who gave her the gifts, fell into depression and clung to her, crying as she broke Izuku's heart and caused him to leave. No, I thought I was just being a good friend, Izuku said. Causing Ursa to hug Azula close to her and whisper to her in a soft voice that it wasn't her fault he left. Cyclone's never ordering your death or anything for you appearing in her bathroom while she was using it? Torrent asked, causing Cyclone's to blush and growl. I thought she understood it was just an accident, Izuku said. How she made you her personal servant and didn't minded you being with her even when she was underdressed or naked. Having a seat at our meals, you sleeping in her room. Or making you wash her? Torrent asked again. My duties as her servant, Izuku said, causing everyone to just stare at him. Gee, compared to all that, what you and Rudy did together is more slow romance as friends grow into something more. But there is you two swimming in the pool of blissful matrimony, Agatha said. We thought it was just a heated pool, Izuku said. Yeah Mom, remember I told you and Grandma after she thought we wanted to be engaged with each other, Ruby said. Zelda giving up her only wish to send you back home after the portal gun wouldn't work anymore? Queen Zelda asked. I thought she was being a good friend, and as thanks for me sharing all the technology and knowledge I had picked up along the way, Izuku said. The mothers all look at each other and turn to Inko. Your son has never really talked to girls his own age, has he? Celestia asked. Yes, Inko said, shaking her head as one she's proud of her son bonding with so many girls, and embarrassment at the fact he's completely clueless about them falling for him. Reminds me of how Freddy was completely clueless about me being in love with him, Kelly's mom said. Really? How did you get to Dad? Kelly asked. Simple, I punch him asking him why I'm mad at him, after doing so many nice things for him. He finally answered correctly and we got married shortly afterwards. It's the reason why our wedding photo has your dad in the hospital in a full body case, Kelly's mom said. I was so dense back then. But thanks to Jenny, I learned from my mistake and we've been happy ever since, Freddy said. Well, I know that, now, Izuku said, as he doesn't like the looks the girls are giving him. You better, Star said as she pounded her fist into her palm. How did this all started? Inko asked, at a loss of what happened. We can handle this, Discord said as he appears with MXYZPTLK. Oh, it's you, Hippolyta said, frowning at the imp. Been a while, O King of the Manazons, MXYZPTLK greeted her. What? Wonder Woman asked, looking at her mother. I once turned her and all the other women on the island into men, Mzippletlek said. Oh, really, maybe a new gender flip is in order, where Izuka is chased by a horde of boys who all want to marry her, Discord said. Discord, Celestia said, glaring at the spirit of chaos. Oh, don't worry, it wouldn't be a permanent thing, just a few days, or maybe a Nick dash. Discord was cut off as Torrent blasted him using her own staff of power like the one her daughter has, turning Discord into ash and blew away in the wind. Thank you, Celestia said to the evil queen. It was my pleasure, Torrent said. Now that hurt, the voice of Discord said as he reforms. Come on, we need to move the story along, Mzippletlek said, looking out at nothing to the people around them. Right, Discord said, winking in the same direction. The ruined school is rebuilt as a huge movie theater, and before anyone could move, the people on the school grounds are in the theater. Izuku and his group are there, as well as the students, heroes, and some reporters with camera crews. Discord appeared in front of the big screen. Seeing how everyone is wondering how this all happened, me and Mzippletlek have made a video to show the highlights of Izuku Midoriya adventures through different dimensions. We only showing the highlights to cut down the runtime to 3 hours. Also, we're skipping the worlds that Izuku quickly left for one reason or another. And this is being broadcast on the networks and online so everyone can see what happened and have no questions of what is happening, Discord said and disappeared. Show time. Mziputlik shouted from the back of the theater and turned on the film. The film begins showing Izuku walking home from school. When he noticed something glowing in an alleyway, walking to the glow he found a strange-looking gun with a tube of glowing green liquid inside. He pointed it at the ground in front of him to see what would happen, thinking it's just a toy gun. He fired it and a green portal appeared underneath him, sending him falling. Music begins to play as Izuku falling through a black, empty watery void, creating bubbles as he descends. When you walk away. You don't hear me say. Please, oh baby, don't go. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. It's hard to let it go. Suddenly he wakes up on a beach, and is blinded by the light. When his eyes finally adjust he sees Sunset, who changed to Sugarcoat, Lemon Zest and other girls he would come to know, standing in the water. You're giving me too many things. Lately, you're all I need. You smiled at me and said. Izuku goes to meet the ever-changing girl, but suddenly stops when he realizes the tide is going out. A massive wave forms behind the girl, but she doesn't seem to mind, as she gestures to Izuku to come to her. Don't get me wrong, I love you. But does that mean I have to meet your father? When we are older you'll understand. What I meant when I said. No, I don't think life is quite that simple. Izuku tries to rescue the girl, but he is too late and he gets knocked under the water by the wave. He looks up to see the ever-shifting girl still standing in front of him, gesturing him to come with her. Izuku tries to reach her, but the current pulls him back to the beach. When you walk away. You don't hear me say. Please, oh baby, don't go. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. It's hard to let it go. EDE suddenly drives into the water and gets underneath Izuku and flies him out of the water, heading out to sea. So simple and clean. The two lands on a wooden sail ship, the USS Constitution, that has 4 large rockets on it, allowing it to fly. And is crewed by robots, with Roxy helping Izuku up and helping him over to the wheel of the ship. Secundo appeared and displayed a map in front of Izuku. The daily things. Like this and that and what is what. That keep us all busy are confusing me. That's when you came to me and said. Izuku nodded to his crew as he sailed the ship, flying into a green portal. Wish I could prove I love you. But does that mean I have to walk on water? When we are older you'll understand. It's enough when I say so. And maybe some things are that simple. The ship flies over different landscapes as a massive storm appears behind them. The storm reaches the ship, sending the ship falling into an ocean. When you walk away. You don't hear me say. Please, oh baby, don't go. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. It's hard to let it go. Izuku emerges from the water to see Ruby at the beach, waving at him. Hold me. Whatever lies beyond this morning. Is a little later on. Regardless of warnings, the future doesn't scare me at all. Nothing's like before. Izuku meets with her, and the two laugh, before they see shooting stars and something falling from the sky. When you walk away. You don't hear me say. Please, oh baby, don't go. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. It's hard to let it go. Izuku realizes it's him, and almost immediately finds himself falling from the sky. Ruby tries to reach for him, but disappears as a ripple-like transition. Hold me. Whatever lies beyond this morning. Is a little later on. Regardless of warnings, the future doesn't scare me at all. Nothing's like before. Izuku then plunges into the ocean, and see him falling in the black void like from at the start. Hold me. Whatever lies beyond this morning. Is a little later on. Regardless of warnings, the future doesn't scare me at all. Nothing's like before. A title appeared across the black void. My hero, Princess Harem. Izuku is all set with the portal gun and about to begin a wild new adventure or troubles incoming. So alright folks, that's all for today. Stay tuned for part 2. Do subscribe, like and share for more such videos. Also check out the story and author MangaMuse on FANFICTIONnet. Press the bell icon to be notified first on release. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.